Hi, this is Josh Gates, host of Travel Channel's Expedition Unknown, with my top 3 picks for travel adventure destinations for the year ahead. Number 3 on the list, my first pick, is the one and only Brazil. At first blush, it might seem like kind of a strange choice. After all, the excitement of the 2014 World Cup has come and gone, and the country won't be back in the spotlight until 2016, when Rio becomes the first city in South America to host the Summer Olympics. But that's exactly why right now is the perfect time to visit Brazil. They are hard at work making preparations for the Games, and that means that we can take advantage now, while prices are low and before the crowds descend. Plenty of new hotels were built for the World Cup, and even more are being brought online for the Olympics. And so there's some amazing deals to be had in Brazil right now. And Rio de Janeiro is a city that has a lot to love. It has this amazing mix of being a rugged wilderness destination with turquoise coastal waters, gritty urban life, and this incredibly passionate culture with an amazing heritage. Endless opportunities exist for scuba diving, surfing, trekking, and of course just doing nothing at all. You could easily spend a few days lounging on Ipanema Beach, sucking down caipirinhas, while one of the world's sexiest populations strolls by, wondering why you don't move there immediately. And that's just Rio, that's just the beginning of Brazil. Try hopping a flight to the interior, to the jungle city of Manaus, which proves a great staging ground for jungle expeditions, wildlife safaris, or maybe just a trip lounging in a hammock on a riverboat to ports unknown. So get to Brazil before the Summer Olympics of 2016. My second choice is Papua New Guinea, also known as PNG. Fair warning, this is one of the most challenging travel destinations on Earth, but it is also one of the most rewarding. If you want to go somewhere where the long arm of tourism hasn't fully reached, this is your spot. People call PNG a lost world, and for good reason. Port Moresby, the capital city, enjoys kind of a gritty reputation, which is probably well-deserved. Most of the great action isn't in the cities, it's out in the wilderness. To the north are the highlands, where some of the most challenging, grueling, and beautiful trekking on the planet can be found. And there are tribes there that seem uncontacted by the modern world. This is a place where cannibalism only fell out of favor about 50 years ago. Go farther out to the islands of New Britain, and it's an amazing destination for history buffs. This was a critical part of the theater of World War II. After the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, Admiral Yamamoto moved his base to the city of Rabaul. In fact, his bunker is still there today. You can find listing aircraft carriers, and beneath the waves there are tanks, troop transports, Japanese Zeros, and of course, pristine reefs for scuba diving. Go even further out to the islands of New Britain, and it's a true wilderness frontier. You'll find small eco-lodges, but little else. It's not the easiest place in the world to visit, but believe me, it's worth the trouble. And my number 1 pick for adventure travel destinations for the year ahead is right here. The skyline behind me could be Vancouver, could be South Beach, could be a planet from Battlestar Galactica, but in fact, we are in Central America. This is Panama City. Forget whatever image you may have of Central America in your head. This is one of the greatest destinations in the world, and to really understand what makes Panama so amazing, you have to go back in time a few million years. For a long time, North and South America were separate continents, and then the Isthmus of Panama bubbled up out of the ocean. And when it did, species from both continents tried to rush the gap in something known as the Great Interspecies Exchange. What few strange South American species survived this event still reside here in Panama, including the sloth. Acre for acre, there is as much biodiversity here as there is anywhere in the Amazon. Drive an hour from where we are right now in Panama City, you can be in virgin, untouched rainforest just waiting to be explored. But the human presence here is just as interesting. After the isthmus was created, for 3 million years, the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans were separated. It wasn't until 1510, when the Spanish explorer Balboa was told by natives that anybody even really knew there was another ocean. And in 1513, Balboa became the first European to see the Pacific. For the next 300 years, Panama became a critical part of the Spanish Empire in the New World. In 1671, Captain Morgan torched the city and burned all but one building to the ground. It's all that's left of the old Panama. In 1901, the U.S. took over the most audacious engineering project in human history. More than 20,000 French and 6,000 Americans died trying to rejoin the 2 great oceans of the world. Today, the Panama Canal and the locks at Miraflores are an absolutely mind-blowing day trip. To see ships being raised or lowered more than 85 feet to get from one ocean to another is an incredible sight that's worth seeing. Here in Casco Viejo, part of Old Panama, there is Beautiful colonial architecture, a pulsing nightlife, incredible city behind me. Panama is this amazing mix of unspoiled wilderness, incredible colonial history, moving towards a bright future. And the best part, it's just a 3-hour flight from Houston. So get yourself to Panama before the rest of the world figures out how wonderful it is down here. Safe travels, and check out all new episodes of Expedition Unknown on Travel Channel.